Very warm welcome to the Singapore Premier League, and it's the East Coast Derby as Geylang International take on Tampines Rover in what promises to be an absolute belter. Both sides desperate for 3 points. Geylang to push themselves further up the table, Tampines to get back to winning ways. Well, a little look at the league table will explain that. Geylang International are being hunted down by the Young Lions. The Eagles need to soar. Will it start tonight? 3 points here could be a big 3 points for them come the end of the season. Tampines Rovers, if you conclude the Champions League, have not won a game. They've lost 9 on the bounce. That needs to change, and that needs to start right now. Hello, good evening, and welcome to our Tampines Hub as Geylang take on Tampines. What can we do? What should we do? We should get someone who's played for both sides, particularly Tampines Rovers, one of the stalwarts, Nasri Nasir. He's here joining us at our Tampines Hub. What are we expecting from tonight's game, Naz? It's a big game for both sides.
Yeah, I agree. It's a very, very big game for tonight, especially it's the Eastern Derby, Both teams need to win. As what you mentioned earlier, Tampines, they came back from the Champions League, and then all the way now they won't be winning, and then it'll be a tough for them. For Geylang, as I said, they will need to get a point because the last 2 matches was a bad game they have, so they need to get back and start playing and getting the result.
Well, Norali needs to change a few things, and so does Gavin Lee, to be fair. So let's have a look at the starting lineups that both coaches have decided to put themselves out. 3 changes then to the Geylang side. Ichikawa, of course, suspended after Yunus comes in. Firdaus is in, as is Van Hoosen. That means Isdin and Faisal miss out as well. Any real surprises there for you? I mean, they are going to miss Ichikawa because of that 4th yellow card.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we will miss Ichikawa, but I can see that, as I said, they make changes from Faisal Hassan been playing for most of the game. And when you certainly be coming back, been playing now. So I hope even Firdaus also is back in the lineup. So I think it's about time for Noali to make the changes for them to improve on their performance.
Well, as we said, Tampines have lost the last 9 games. They need to turn things very, very quickly. So what has Gavin Lee done? He has rang the changes. So we do know that 5 changes have been made altogether. And there's, well, a big surprise in goal because it means Shazwan is going to be out as well. Mohamedic is out, suspended. They do have Iman, who comes into that middle of the park. Taufik gets a start with Irfan, and Dan Bennett replaces Bayaki in the back as well. Are you surprised at the number of changes, or is it because he's got to try and find a system and a team that will win a game?
I mean, again, as I said, of course, Tampines basically will miss Ahmadid, because I think that he's a key player on that. Okay, for Shazwan, I think because of injury. But other than that, I think they need to get back to the winning streak for them to be on the top 4.
Okay, well, they do have one player who's impressed me over the last couple of weeks. I've been watching their games closely, so have you. Bosniak on that left wing, he does look a live wire. He can deliver quality into the box, correct, and he can be a thorn in the side.
Definitely, okay, I agree with that. He's one of the key players in Tampines Rovers. He needs to be more, you need to get involved, especially in attacking, in scoring. So I think, especially inside the box. So it's very important for him to get involved on that.
What about Boris up front? Because we do know that those balls are going to come into the back of the net. 13 goals so far this season means he knows where the back of the net is, and he's a threat as well. Of
course, okay, Boris been a threat for all the clubs, and I think that for Boris, basically, he needs to come back, get the scoring streak, and then start scoring, and hopefully he will get the result for the goals tonight.
Let's talk about Geylang and what they've got going forward, because we know Moresh has done extremely well. But Amiracha has really impressed over the last month or 2. Is he forcing his way back into the national side?
I agree with that. Okay, we've been watching together with the national coach Tatsuma. We're watching him, and we feel that America basically deserves to call up for the national team. And after being on form this season, I think he deserves it.
What about Moresh? Again, somebody else who's scoring goals. Between them, they've scored 17 goals. He's got 9. Amiracha's got, of course, 8. So they do know, and they work well together as a combination.
Yeah, you can see that they have a good understanding, both of them, in playing at up front. So for Moresh, I think it's about time for, also, we've been not scoring for the last few games, So I think tonight, basically, I'm sure he's hungry to get a goal.
They do have a threat when they go forwards, that is for sure. But you've got to turn around and look. They've conceded 39 goals. 40 is at the moment the benchmark, but 39 goals, Naz, is not good enough. And last time out, it was a 2-1 result against Geylang that just wasn't there and good enough. Defensively, they weren't sound.
Yeah, I can see that, the defense a bit shaky at the back. I thought that after the prices of Abdil and Afiq, the team be more steady at the back. But again, I think they need to get understanding, to get more games, to get the understanding as quickly as they can for them to finish off a very good season.
Is Ishikawa missing today going to affect it? We're just having a look at the goals that they did concede. Straight down the middle, yet again from Geylang. Him missing today, is that going to have a massive effect on the result tonight?
I mean, definitely. Okay, Jawa been with is the pillar of the team. He's the pillar of the defense. So he's the key players in the team for in defense. So I think without his presence there, definitely Geylang will miss him.
Well, they did manage to pull a goal back from the penalty spot. That was a little bit later on. Amireche just popping up and just banging it home. But it was too little too late, and it just wasn't good enough. However, we mentioned those 39 goals. They only conceded 2 last time out. They're averaging conceding about 3.5 a game when you look at the amount of goals they've conceded so far. And 4 of those were against Tanjung Pagar. Now, Tanjung Pagar, no disrespect, haven't set the legal light.
Understand.
They've started to kickstart their season over the past few weeks.
Yep.
But these straight down the middle, again, that heart of the defence not strong enough for Geylang.
All right, I mean, this is very basic in defense, especially when you go coming from the middle. I think the defender to be more tighter and be focused on that. And with the players they have a good height players, we have tall players. So I was surprisingly that they have, especially behind the ball, behind the defense is always weak for them.
But they've got to stop that service as well. And it's set plays, surely, Naz. When you concede as a coach, you're still in control and you're still working within the game and with the FAS and with the younger players. You've got to match people up properly. You shouldn't be conceding too easily from set plays.
I mean, I agree, totally agree with that, especially when a set pieces goal and it's unacceptable because you know that you're given the task to take the players. So with these kind of goals, basically as a coach, we need to correct it as soon as possible.
So as long as they keep their shape right, they've got half a chance tonight. That firepower, is it going to be strong enough for them to get something tonight?
I mean, as I said, both of the teams, especially the teams that you need to come back and then to show more game, desire to win this game. I think tonight's game will be a very tight game, and I believe that everybody will get anyone who can bet the 3 points.
Well, it's going to be very, very close, that's for sure. We're going to head for a short break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at Tampines Rovers, and we're also going to speak to both managers before kick-off here at our Tampines Hub, as it is Tampines that are the away side, strangely enough, taking on Geylang International. Well, the Singapore Premier League in full action, that's for sure. And tonight is no different because it's the East Coast Derby as Geylang International take on Tampines Rovers. Not the first time that these two sides have met. They've met on many, many occasions before. The man standing next to me has played in a few games against Geylang and against Tampines as well. Yep. But, Naz, we do know that when these two sides do go up against each other, it's very close, it's very tight. There's been 3 1-1 draws over the last 5 encounters. It was Tampines that won 3-2 last time out. But Geylang do have a win, a 2-1 victory back in 2019. Does the form go out the window now? Because Tampines have been away, they've been quarantined, they've been on a losing streak. Geylang need to turn things around. What do you make of that?
For me, I believe that the moment now, the situation on Tampines Rovers, I think if Geylang can take advantage on that, will be better because Tampines will be away from the Champions League and they have to under quarantine. So it'll be difficult for Tampines Rovers. But again, as I said, for Tampines Rovers, I think they want to get the result tonight and they need to get a result to be close in the top 3.
Well, it was a Mehmedovic brace that gave Tampines the opportunity to go and take all 3 points. It was Mehmedovic that managed to get in there and make things happen. It was Taufik that actually scored the winning goal late on. But Geylang weren't outdone, were they? But looking at this, defensively, both sides down that middle, not strong enough again, Naz. And this is something that we keep highlighting.
Yeah, of course, I agree. You know, that kind of goals, especially balls getting from behind the defense is where this is a basic thing, and this is the things that we need to be focused on. So I think both coaches need to focus on the defense line, to be tight on the defense line, and to be more and to concentrate on the defense line.
Well, they've got to make sure that everything is all shored and tightened up a little bit more. This was the winning goal. It was Taufik that managed to bag it in the 80th minute just to secure all 3 points for Tampines. But the big question is will he do that again tonight? Well, I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up. You already know that he is going to start today, but what did Gavin Lee think about what's going to happen today? And more importantly, Matt Noor Ali. Let's hear from both of those two coaches as we caught up with them just before kickoff.
Noor Ali, the second Eastern Derby of the season, plenty at stake. What are your thoughts going into this?
I think it's going to be a entertaining game. It's always fun to go out there and play a derby game, and I think it's going to be a very tough game, especially with both teams not doing well the last 2 games. So definitely we're looking forward to the game.
Now, your opponents today haven't had the best of restarts, losing both of their games since their return. Does that give you a slight bit of confidence knowing that they are there for the taking?
I mean, we can never underestimate the Tampines team. They are a very good team. They have good players on the field, and I think we have not done well in the last 2 games. We started well in the first 2 games. So for me, it's we should not be looking at the 2 games that Tampines play. I think we're going to take that game tonight because I think definitely like I said, it's a derby game. And they definitely want to go out, and win against us. Like they already have won against us, so definitely we want to pull out one against them tonight. Yeah.
Defensively for you though, things haven't been at its best. No clean sheet in 19, and it makes it a lot harder for you tonight without your captain Yuki at the back, doesn't it?
I mean, definitely Yuki has played a very important part for us throughout the season. But I think saying that, I think again tonight, we have never played a consistent defense line, and tonight is again a different defense line. With Yuki out, and then I only have Afid in defense line, and then maybe Ilhan and it's not maybe, it's confirmed Ilhan and Hari is going to be on the left and right back, and I have Wayne in goal, but saying that, I think we are hoping that these boys will go out there tonight and keep a clean sheet. But it's not only the defense line, I think it's most important the whole team needs to defend together as a team to keep a clean sheet.
Noor Ali, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Gavin, a massive one today. No better way to get back on track than this one right here against your biggest rivals, is there?
Oh yeah, there's some truth to that obviously, but I think every game is as important as the other one, and so we're just fully focused on the present, which is tonight's game, and get the best result possible.
Now, the last time out in your loss against Balestier, you said that you didn't do too well in terms of your tracking, in terms of clearing your box, and that you were punished for it. Was that what you worked on in particular ahead of tonight?
Yeah, on top of many other things, but mainly is to compromise and help the players to regain freshness since the trip back, and every training has been better and better, and we're just excited to see how we play tonight.
And finally, you will be missing a pretty key man in Mehmedovic tonight. How have you shuffled your midfield here?
well, we've got Yasser in and we've got Iman in, and so it's definitely a loss to not have Zeko with us. But we've got capable players starting tonight, and we're just going based on our intentions without him.
Gavin, good.
Interesting. He's talked about capable players and changing that midfield up. Is that going to be strong enough for them today?
I mean, of course, definitely he will miss Mamadish, where I think that he's very important for the team. Okay, but looking at it, they have Yasser basically is one of the experienced players. Kyoga was there. Iman been working closely with Kyoga in the middle. So bringing Taufik is of course a advantage because every time he gets into the pitch, he gets scoring. So I believe that they have a good balance in midfield, and then of course for defending line, I think they will put the two young players, Ryan Stanizal and also Irfan Najib, play on the right side.
Well, it didn't really work for them last time out. It was a 5-2 defeat at the hands of Balestier Calcio. I know I saw you there in the stands, Naz. Defensively, they were all over the place. Those long balls from Balestier, just being pumped forwards aimlessly, looking for Zuzul to get on the end of things and score. They didn't deal with that properly. Is it stopping the source, or is it defending better? What do they need to do?
I think, of course, definitely the main focus is to defend in long ball, because let's see how they play. Basically, every time they get a ball from the defense, they would pump the ball forward, let Zizou to be the run. So these kind of things, as Gavin should prepare the game earlier for this kind of situation. So the defense need to be tighter at the back. They need to focus on that kind of long ball.
Well, your experience, what would you do if you were the coach? You have Bennett, you have that experience. You have Bayaki, you've got that experience. You've got the youngster Rhino you mentioned who can come in there. Would you go with a 3 to shore things up at the back, to keep everything tight, have some wing backs that tuck in, to stop conceding goals? Because if you're conceding goals, you're not winning games.
I think what they can do, they can take a look at it, because with the Bennett and also disrespect Bennett and Vi, they're a bit slower now. But I think it's safer to have play a 3 at the back to do the covering for both sides. And I prefer it to be a 3 at the back.
Well, it'd be interesting to see if they do go with a 3 at the back at some stage this season. But they have been creating, and they do have opportunities in front of goal. The Lion City Sailors showed us that one just a couple of games ago. They were battered in the first 45 minutes, and then they conceded 2 early goals right at the start of the second half. However, Tampines then created opportunities, created chances. So if they could shore up that defence, surely with the chances they create, they're going to score goals.
I mean, of course, as I said, every game you can see Tampines creating a lot of opportunity to score. So they need to make it count, especially if there's a chance there. So don't wait until after the team starts scoring and then you start coming back. So they need to get the goals as soon as possible.
Well, the big question is will Big Bad Boris get on the score sheet? Memedovic is out, so the creativity will not be there, but they do have flair all over the park, not more so than with Bosniak, who can deliver some quality in from wide. Yasser Hanapi missed out on this game, came on as a sub, but when he did come on, he did have an impact, didn't he? And it was that little bit of experience added to that striking force that helped them get going again.
I mean, for Yasser, he's a very attacking player, so he have the experience of, when he get back to the team, he gets back playing, and then I'm sure he can create a lot of chances for the team and also for himself.
Well, we spoke about defences not being on top, but I've got to get you to earn your money now, Naz, because I've got to ask you, 1, where is this game going to be won? And 2, who's going to win it?
It will be a very tight game again, as I said. For both teams need to win in the Eastern Derby. Both teams need to get 3 points, definitely. Especially Geylang, who's always, Young Lion is very close to them, at the top of them, chasing for them. For Tampines Rovers, I think they need to be top 3, so they need to get back in winning streak. So I will go for Tampines Rovers to win by 2-1.
2-1. Key player. Who's going to be the key player, the key standout player that we're going to witness tonight?
I think for me, I always look at Kyoga is a so-called a man in the middle who create a lot of chances, and I think for him he has to start getting a long shot, because I think the last few seasons he's been creating a lot of this, and then it's very important for Kyoga to impress us this game.
Okay, you've heard what Naz thinks. We're going to bring you the commentary in a short while's time. We're going to head for a short break because it is the Singapore Premier League live action, the East Derby, coming your way in just a few moments' time. welcome, a very warm welcome and hello to our Tampines Hub as Geylang International take on Tampines Rovers in the Singapore Premier League. Make sure you check out all the news on www.spl.com. You'll be able to see what's going on. Our Tampines Hub is a magnificent setting for football as we have a quick look at the league table that sees Geylang International needing all 3 points to try and jump up a couple of places depending on the result tonight. Young Lions, they've turned their season around and are hunting down the Eagles. They need to soar. The question is can the Stags do what the Stags do and get back to winning ways? 9 losses on the bounce means that they currently find themselves in 4th place on 21 points, but let's not forget that 6 of those games were in the Asian Champions League where they were representing Singapore. Should be an intriguing, should be a very, very interesting game. Beautiful setting here. It's humid, I think it's fair to say. Very warm as well, about 28 degrees, I would hazard a guess, and probably about 85% humidity. As I have a little glance over to the former, well, international captain, former player, captain, whoever he's played for, he's captain. He's won literally everything that you can. Nazri Nasir joins me in the commentary position. Nice to see you in the commentary position as opposed to on the field, Naz. It's been a little while, but hello and welcome. Tight game and a big game for both sides tonight.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Paul. You know, it's been a while when I'm doing commentary with you. So I think it will be a very tight game. Okay, I can say, both teams need to win, especially the Eastern Derby, where, as I said and mentioned earlier, that Geylang basically been losing for the last 2 games. After they came back, they start winning, and then I thought that they were doing well in defense. But again, the last 2 matches was a bit shocking for the result. But for Tampines Rovers, I think since they came back from the Champions League, they didn't start playing well, and then they need to get back to winning strength.
Has that 2 weeks quarantine hurt them more than it would have done the other teams? Because obviously going overseas to represent, going to Uzbekistan, then coming back, that sort of period, it does affect a team.
I mean, definitely, okay, because where you're away, especially different or acclimatized, you acclimatize the place, and then the weather, and then when you come back, you're on quarantine, and then although that you can start training together, but it's been difficult because you've been out for football for almost about 2 weeks. So when they came back, so I can see the touches, the reaction of the players a bit slow. So I think it's a bit effect on the players itself.
Well, they need to start to turn things around, and both sides need to turn things around very, very quickly. Flag is on its way out, which means only one thing, that both sides are getting ready to enter onto the field of play, led by the officials. And, well, there's our little cameraman getting a little flick of his hair as well from the respect banner that leads both sides out today. Yes, Hanapi, of course, who starred for Geylang for many a season not that long ago, has changed allegiance, changed colours and changed club. He leads out the Tampines Rovers side that will take on Geylang International, that's led by Barry Maguire. So both sides in front of some fans that have come out. It's great that the fans are allowed back in the stadium. If you're out there and you want to get out and do something, get yourself down to one of the stadiums. Come and support local football. Come and support your team, because as Naz will tell you in a little while when I ask him about playing in a local derby, it means so much to the fans as well, and that is what football is all about.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I mean, especially when the time I remember that I was playing for Sembawang Rangers and Woodland. It's a northern derby, so this kind of things is that they want to show each other that to get a result. So I think both teams want to show and want to get a result for tonight's game.
Well, there is your referee, German Zaitan. He will take charge today with his officials. There's the toss of the coin, and it looks as though it's the man who used to play for Limerick over in Ireland, Maguire, that wins the toss. So it's fist pumps all round. Kick-off almost all set to go. Before that, we'll have a quick look at the lineups and the changes. Van Hoosen is in, Firdaus is in, Afik Yunus comes in, Ichikawa is out suspended, Isdin misses out, as does Faisal. Chu stays in goal, so the youngster Wayne Chu being given another opportunity. But Ami Reche and Muresh have 17 goals between them this season, and they look as though they could score more.
Yeah, I mean, again, can see the form of America and the Marais. I think both teams are playing so well and they communication very well. Okay, I think for tonight's game, again, they need to get the scoring straight on that.
Tampines Rovers and Gavin Lee having not won in 9 games, 9 straight losses. He does not want to make it 10, makes 5 changes. Zul comes in goal, it's Shazwan that will miss out. Bayaki misses out with Bennett coming into that back line. Mehmedovic is out. His brace in the last game. Just the 2 goals when they lost 5-2 means Iman Hakim gets the opportunity. Tawfiq starts, as does Irfan, which means Amaral and Mark Tam miss out. 5 changes, but we have said this in that build-up, didn't we, Naz? It hasn't been defences on top. Both sides need to be shored up at the back if they're going to win tonight's game.
Yep, okay, like I said, I mean, the changes they have, Gavin basically tried to some of the players. Definitely they will miss players like Madhu from the start of the season. He was playing so well. He went call up for national team, but I think after that he got injuries. Now he's back in the sub. For other players, though, okay, they get Ryan Sanizal and also Irfan Najib to be young players to be at the back. So again, as I said, they need to be more focused at the back. They need to be tighter at the back. So not to let the the opponent to create chances.
Where will this game be won and lost? Kopitovic has 13 goals. Amirechia and Maresh has 17. We've already mentioned that. So we have a look at Matt Noor Ali, just telling his players just to be focused and think about things. Sporting a little bit of a beard there. I'll have to give him a little bit of stick about that later. Where is this game going to be won or lost? Naz, defensively, is it going to be the team that makes the least mistakes is going to win this match?
I mean, okay, as I said, both teams in defense, they need to be tighter at the back. So the team that make less mistake at the back will win this game.
Should be very, very interesting. Maresh there, the number 10, keep half an eye on him. A lot of bawling and shouting going on there from Abdul Qayyim, just trying to get his side G'd up and going. Tampines players are already out and set. They're all set to go. So, who will take all 3 points? Here's his pre-match ritual. Maresh getting ready to get us underway, as it will be Geylang in the green strip, kicking from left to right that get us started. Straight away, a long punt forwards. Easily controlled by Emireche, who looks as though he might be starting on the right-hand side a little bit. Does look as though it's going to be a 4 at the back for Geylang. It is a 4 at the back for Tampines. Yasser Hanapi just gets a little nudge and wins the free kick. So a throw in for Tampines on the halfway line. They look to work it forwards. Lovely little layoff there from Maresh. Maguire looks as though he's been pushed in today's game as opposed to being dropped into that centre-back position. Another strong challenge coming in there. Bosniak jumps to his feet and wants to get on with things quickly, but Ilhan taking no prisoners.
Yeah, I think this Ilhan, you know, he been doing so well at the back. I mean, when he come in, he just can see that he's inexperienced, but I think he's working very hard on that.
Nice little turn there from Iman. Just keeps possession. Bennett rolls it forwards, concedes possession, straight into Danny Kim. There's that ball straight through the middle as well, but Bennett reads it on that occasion, just shrugs off the challenge and rolls it back to Zulfaz in goal. Nice little strong challenge coming in there. A little bit of time and space now. Mirecha flicks that one forwards and players just getting muscled out as it goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Bright start and a better start from Geylang.
I can see that Geylang is pushing higher, he's pressing higher. He don't let Tampines West to build up from the back. So you can see that they are doing a high pressing on this few minutes.
And Sharp reverting back to the left back position, his normal side. Started at right back for the last 2 matches. Durkheim just keeping it simple. Afik doing exactly the same. Here's Maguire. Again, sloppily giving the ball away, but wins it back with a very strong challenge. Well, there's bodies flying around all over the place. The referee says play on. It was that just didn't get the free kick that he wanted. Tampines looking to stroke it around as we saw in the previous 2 games. Looked very good, it's got to be said, in the opening 10 minutes of that game against Balestier. They were terrible, I think, by everyone's admission in that first half against Lion City Sailors the game before, but the second half they really did have a go and could really have equalised and got something from the game. It's all about now, though. Maresh twisting, turning, wins the free kick in a very dangerous position. Little twist and turn there from Maresh.
Yep. Okay. Yep. You can see that. He's confident the ball. This is a very good opportunity for them to strike on that goal, towards the goal.
Yasser not afraid to put his foot in as well. Kim standing over this one. A conflab of who's going to take this. Who's he going to be? Well, Zulfero's in goal. He's 27 years old. He was signed from Hougang. Usually a second string. The longest he had was a couple of seasons at Home United, where he had 10 games. Been given the instruction tonight to keep goal. Well, the referee making sure that Maresh is that extra 1 inch further back. Always going high. Just the body shape there was wrong. Got it up, but just couldn't bring it back down. He knows it as well. Be a little bit disappointed with that, Amiracha. Of course, scoring a penalty last time out. The 82nd minute to give them a bit of a chance against Hougang. Tampines look to try and play from the back. Ball just clipped forwards into no man's land, and again that press from Geylang is what is impressing. Firdos, big switch from him. Not a bad ball either. Van Hoosen just keeps it simple. They look a lot more compact, Geylang, it has to be said. Firdos getting busy, always coming and showing for the ball. Benny puts his foot in to deal with that one. Bosniak couldn't retain possession. Maguire, again another big switch for him, looking for Van Hoosen. Didn't find him, easily picked off by Irfan. Now Iman Hakim has the ball. Boris Kobidovic switches it wide. Here's Bosniak. Has the overlap of Iwan Shah if he sees him. Yes, he does. Here's Iwan. Fires it in. Abdul Qaim in the right place at the right time. Again, just trying to make inroads. Closed down quickly though. Possession being kept, though, from Geylang. Nice touch from Moresh. It's the better of Bennett. Skips past the challenges. A lovely ball through as well for Amireche, who's onside. The green and white shirts getting into the box, but it's far too close to Zulferos, who takes that with ease, I think it's fair to say, Naz.
Yeah, it's exactly. I mean, I can see what I can see. America got space in front of him to bring the ball a bit closer, but I think he saw Moresh is there to make a late cross. But I think the goalkeeper did well to read the game.
Just over 8 minutes gone. 0-0. It's been an interesting 8 minutes, I think it's fair to say. Particularly the way that Geylang have approached this game. Pushing Maguire back into the middle of the park, and it's almost like a 4-1-4-1 formation from them. More of a 4-2-3-1 when it comes to Tampines. So a little bit of a contrast in styles as well. Zulferos just keeps it simple. Here is Ryan Sanazal. Played on the right-hand side last time out, and now he's playing on the left-hand side. So a little bit of versatility from the youngster. He's only 19 years old, and you would expect the youngster to stick to one side.
I agree with that. But again, as I said, every time when the coach put him in different position, he did very well, and he do his job well. So I mean, even as 19 years old, for him to give it this kind of opportunity would be great.
Definitely one to watch in the future. Bosniak doesn't agree with that. It was fed up the line, and it was very, very close. But the flag went up straight away. The officials have a better vantage point than we do, and that's what they're there for. Don't forget, we haven't got a game without the officials. Lots of activities going on in and around OTH. Really is a wonderful place. My first time here, and I've been blown away walking around the centre and seeing what's here. It really is a proper sporting hub. It's great that the facilities are here for all to enjoy. We're enjoying the football at the moment, though. Might be 0-0, but it's been an intriguing game. Here's Ryan clipping it forward. Once again, Bosniak just helping it down the line. Abdulkaim just telling the keeper, Wayne Chu, just to hang back a little bit. Danny Kim. And launch forwards from Abdulkaim. Was that a handball? No. Yasser Hanapi manages to pick up the loose ball. Kopitovic. Boris wants the free kick, not given. Maguire. Danny Kim looking to get on the ball as well. Got a few interesting articles about Danny Kim this week, along with Maguire as well. Here's Afig. Afig, the 30-year-old, just brings that stability at the back as well, the former Tampines player himself. A little spell in Thailand as well, if I'm not mistaken. That's taking a deflection, but it will go easily back to Zulferos, so no problem in goal for him. Rather fetching in that pink outfit in goal.
I mean, they always say that when wearing a pink is with distraction for everybody.
That's why it was Schmeichel that started that, wasn't it? Wearing the bizarre colours and the bizarre design, so that he takes the striker's eye off the ball when the forwards go through and try and strike for goal. I think that effect seems to have worn off a little bit on today's players.
Yeah.
Firdos, a little bit of time and space to move into. Again, KG from Geylang, happy to just stroke it around and keep possession. Here's Firdos again. Manages to eke himself out a little bit of space. It's a good run off the ball as well. Not given. Amirecha it was that made that run. Punted forward from Firdaus. Little nudge in the back there. No, said the referee. Van Huizen can't quite believe that. Enough contact for you there? Nats?
I mean, it's very close, okay? I think that kind of contact, I don't think so. The referee will give a call for that.
It's gone. So Tampines will look to try and push forwards. Iwan Shah finds Yasir. Bosniak looks for the little give and go. Yasir turns inside himself. And then tried the absolute killer pass, but the whole picture had changed. Needed to be done earlier.
Yep, it's too close for him to get a pass. And it's always close to the goalkeeper is there.
Time and space now for Maguire. Actually had the opportunity to represent Ireland at the under-21 level back in January 2009, and he turned it down. And then in September 2010 declared that he was eager to represent Ireland, but his chance had gone then. Wonder if he rues that as a mistake. Bosniak skipping past the challenges. Looks as though there could be a slight issue to Firdaus off the ball. He's just gone down on his haunches and the ball has been played out. There's Bosniak just forcing his way through, just into that green and white wall. Just a little stumble. Oh, the magic spray. I think in your day, Naz, it was the magic sponge, wasn't it?
Yep.
That might not be very good for him. That might be a little tweak as well. Let's hope that he can get up and carry on. Firdaus brought into the starting lineup today.
Yeah, it's sad to see Firdaus down, you know, especially you just came back from injuries. So I think it's good if he can continue the game.
Well, gingerly going off right at this precise moment in time, Firdaus, but he'll hope that he can get back in. Someone you'll have played with, I'm sure. Naz, back in the day. Possibly 2007 or 2000. Well, he'd been a youngster then, wouldn't he? Or maybe 2009, 2010.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing with me, you know. I think that he's still very, very, very young. But I think he just get into the Prime League. I remember that.
There you go. You know everyone. You're at every game. I know that. So I know you know everyone. Well, back underway. It looks as though there's no lasting damage at the moment to Firdaus as he gets on the ball. Wants some support. Not there, so elects to retain possession. I think Yunus. Easily read by Irfan. Arith just mopped things up for Geylang on that occasion, and they'll look to go again. Firdaus again getting in on the action. Long ball punted straight down the middle, looking for Maresh. Second ball picked up by Amirecha. Just couldn't get the right connection there, but Van Huizen did ever so well there to retain possession. Here's Maresh again with a header back inside, looking for his strike partner, and, well, So for us, had to come out and claim that one. Had to be positive there, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of situation, I think the goalkeeper must be aware that players giving the ball behind the defense, so he must be focused on that kind of situation.
Little give and go on the far side, but big bad Boris couldn't get the return. Taufik trying to link up with him. Firdaus yet again on the ball. His stats are going to go through the roof at half-time. The amount of touches and passes. There he is again, looking to find a little angle of space. Urging Abdul Kaim to just move forwards with the ball. And Kim forced all the way back as well. No real press there from Tampines, so it's easy for them to play out. Oh, he'd gone there as well, and he's offside just. That was close because he did check and he wanted it first time, and you can see there Van Hussein saying, do it earlier. Started his run moments before, but then had to check back, but it was already in an offside position when that ball was played. Aimlessly given offside. Long ball punched forwards this time, looking for the run of Taufik, but I think Yunus is there to mop things up. He went to Trat in Thailand. I think Yunus in 2020. I think he played a game there.
Yeah, I mean, he got a fair season in Thailand, but again, because of injuries, he have to come back. You know, I think that's the reason why he's back in Singapore.
It's tough for players, particularly during the COVID period as well, and it has been hard for everybody out there, and we do send our best wishes to everybody on behalf of the league, on behalf of the production. Stay safe, that's the most important thing, and players alike have to do exactly the same. Kopitovic tries to turn. That was well read, though, from Afik on that occasion, and Wayne Chu just putting his foot right through that. Bennett looks to retain possession. There's Nakamura. We've hardly mentioned him in the opening 20 minutes or so, which is somewhat surprising. Good play again. Maguire. Moraes. Amirecha the target as it's tucked up the channel. Can he conjure something up? I don't think we've had a corner yet, have we? Little nudge from behind. No, said the referee. Here we go. Bosniak. He's the man that can make it happen. Got bought off in the last game after being the one real bright spark for Tampines, which was somewhat surprising to a lot of people out there. Maguire just well, that was Moraes, sorry, just trying to feed it back in to Amirecha. Those two do seem to be on the same wavelength, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they have a very good understanding, you know, especially when they kind of 1-2 passes. They did very well, and the understanding, two of them is brilliant.
How important is that? You'll have had that throughout your career when you played, that the person you're playing alongside, that you have an understanding. You know if they run, you know where they're going, you know what to do with the ball. How important is that in a team?
I think it's very important, you know. I mean, in the game, you know, you have players that understand, and when with eye contact, you basically know what you're going to do. So especially the off-ball running is very important.
Chance here, ball delivered, headed away though, and again picked off by Bosniak. Bosniak skips past one, skips past two. Bosniak with the outside of the foot. Couldn't get there, still on the ball, plays it wide. Kopitovic will get there first. Hadith will close down. Well, off the backside there of Van Hussein, who just blocked that passage back to the fullback. Turn, chance, was he being held back? Well, he's not complaining, Boris Kopitovic. But again, that middle of the defence for Geylang. Just caught wanting.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said again earlier on the show, that the Geylang need to be tighter at the back, you know, especially behind the defense. So I mean, so far they are doing well. They are doing quite okay. Just that they have to more focus on the things happen.
There's the little layoff as we have a look at the foul again. Firdaus getting involved as well. Given away though, which gives Yasser Hanapi the opportunity. Flag goes up though. They did just hold that line. Yep, when the ball is played. No need for a VAR on that one. Did just sneak in there. Oh, lovely little step over there from Amirecha and Muresh. Very much on that same page again. Those two starting to link up. It's interesting to see Amirecha starting to move inside a little bit more as well now to try and get closer to Muresh. Sounds like the Tampines fans singing their hearts out again. The last couple of matches they've been there in full voice and full support of their side and trying to urge on the Stags. There's that big diagonal switch again. Chance here for Ilhan Noor, who'd pushed a little bit further forwards. Eased off the ball though by Bosniak. And upended. And that could be a yellow card. The referee had a double tweet of the whistle there, so let's see. He's giving a little ticking off to Ilhan Noor. He might just say, we'll have no more of that, please. Yeah, the foot did go a little bit high. Ilhan knows that. Actually, the son of Matt Morali, who's the head coach.
Yep.
Has come through the system, though, and he's still a young boy, but has come on leaps and bounds. If he can be anything like his dad was, then you can be sure he won't be a bad player at all.
But only different positions he's playing now.
Yeah.
Manoli was attacking, but his son is more on defending.
Oh, he was a little bit tricky at times, wasn't he, Matt Morali? Bosniak, lovely bit of skill from him. Going through on goal. Tried to square it, but there was no black shirt there. Yasser Hanapi. Yasser dinks it in. The little duck there as well. It was a clever one from Afik Yunus to allow the ball to go back to Wayne Chu. Easy in the end. A 19-year-old in goal. Saw another 19-year-old at Balestier the other day who did extremely well, on loan from the Lion City Sailors.
Yep, correct. I think it's not wrong. It's Ricky. Mora, yeah.
Ricky, yeah.
I think he did well against.
Very confident.
Very confident, yeah.
Good to see a lot of young goalkeepers coming through. As the whistle goes in the 26th minute for a water break. There you go, a little bit of a tussle and a little bit of argy-bargy, but the referee saying no, it's time for your water break. Who's edging this one, in your opinion?
I looking at it, that I can see that Tampines Rovers are playing very tight. I mean, especially they are not pressing high. They're very tight in midfield. Okay, they let Geylang's playing at the back easily. Okay, but Tampines Rovers have to watch out for the long ball coming from Firdaus and Barry. Players like America can run behind the defense, even to the extent of Chris Van Houston. For Geylang itself, I can see that they are pressing higher. Okay, they know that how Tampines is good with the ball, so they close down as quickly as they can, and to force the midfield not to play the ball to Boris or even to Armin.
Geylang Bolle was the sign. That was the banner they had out. There's the Tampines fans as well. So both sets of fans enjoying themselves here at our Tampines Hub. Always good to see the fans back out. Well, when we look at the stats, they're pretty even at the moment. We're still yet to have a corner, but it has been a tight, cagey affair where you feel both sides don't want to make a mistake. It feels like that kind of game, doesn't it, Naz?
You can see that, you know, both teams are very safe at the back. You know, they try as much as they can to make less mistake. Okay, only that one or two occasions where they to rush in things, that's where they caught it. But I think so far both teams are very careful and very cautious at the back.
You said it, the team that makes the least mistakes today will be the side that comes out victorious, and that sounds about right. Here we go, we're back underway. Very, very tight, but a lovely little give and go from Maguire. Maguire tries to thread it through the eye of a needle, but that was good defending from Irfan in the end. Did just enough to get that long leg out to block it back to the keeper. Well, he's working hard. You've got to turn around and say that, Amirecha. The work rate off the ball as well as on the ball. He's vitally important for your front line. Do seem to be interchanging at times, Firdaus, Maguire and Amirecha. They're all moving across that middle of the park. Danny Kim as well. He's trying to make angles. There's Amirecha again. And finds that space. Now can he exploit it? Looks to move into it, but concedes possession. And it's cheap as well. And there's a chance now for Tampines to break forwards. Taufik, it's still Taufik. Good strong challenge in the end from the experience of Abdul Qaim. That was an important block as well. Now it's starting to open up and ebb and flow a little bit more. Lovely piece of skill. Muresh on the edge of the box, the little layoff. The strike comes in from Kim, but it's over the top. Well worked from Geylang there in transition, turning defence into attack, but just the final touch letting them down.
Yep, again I said, I mean in the game, you know, you have to go for transition from defence to attack. I can see that good passes from Geylang teams, you know, it's just that you need to be better in I mean, giving that opportunity.
Yeah, lovely little flick from Muresh there. I think if Danny Kim had looked up just over here on this near side, there was, I think it was Ilan Noor who pushed right on and was in acres of space. Just the awareness, and now they're between the lines as well. It's a lovely ball, flick forwards. Is Kopitic. Good save. Kopitovic pulling the trigger, and Wayne Chu not overawed.
Not bad, you know, I can see that the last game they went well, but today he's looked very confident and very more focused on it.
There he is again, and that won't do his confidence any harm at all.
Yep.
No one running across him, just to comfortably take that ball and just settle things down. Here's the strike again. Kopitovic getting in behind and pulling the trigger. But good wrists as well to push it well away to safety and not back into the danger zone. Tampines now, are they going to start to try and turn the screw? That's the question. Bosniak, time, space, has support, but it's all the way back to Iwan Shah. I did open up, that's a lovely ball from Iwan Shah. Nakamura making that run in behind. Has to wait, Iwan Shah coming again. Will he deliver? Yes, he will. Kopitovic is the target! And he tried the little cushioned header because Wayne Chu was caught there. He couldn't come. And just a better connection there from the striker, Big Bad Boris. And that could have been the first goal.
Yeah, you can see that we discussed about this thing again. Paul, the ball is behind the defense again in the middle. So I think our fingers have to be better, you know, to watch the plays when. And of course, as an attacker, you know, it's very basically you try to close him down, especially during the crosses.
Lovely turn on that occasion though from Maguire as Geylang now look to come forwards. Vandersen trying to switch it to the far side, and at the second attempt there, Zulfaros it was that got it. A few nerves, you would think, being thrown into today's game.
Correct.
Well, that will play on his mind slightly. He'll like a nice, easy, comfortable one next time, that's for sure. Geylang Noor doing ever so well, tracking all the way back in there and dealing with that one. Chance now, Amirecha looking to check back inside. Well defended though. And good solid defending from Iman. Iman doing ever so well there and backing up his fullback, but little nutmegs. Back inside is still Amirecha. Amirecha tried to find the man and the strike over the top from Danny Kim. Better, much better from Geylang and much better from both sides as they're starting to open up a little bit more now.
Yeah, I can see that, you know, they start pulling up again. I think maybe because of the tired legs, you know, players are getting lost focus, concentration. So I think this is an opportunity where both teams need to take the chance well.
Well, this game nicely cooking along here. Amirecha getting away with that one and just tried to feed it into the path of Muresh, but the strike was way high, way over the top. Little nick on there from Bosniak. Abdul Kaim having to take no chances and clears his lines there. Irfan. Oh, lovely little turn as well from Iman. Oh, and almost feeding it through to Taufik. The outside of the foot being used there from Muresh. Held on, but Bennett does well to recover. And Shah fires it back out wide. Free kick. Gone are the days when a little nudge from you would have resulted in a free kick like that, Naz.
I mean, I mean, as a player, you know, I always go for the ball, but sometimes things happen.
Very, very fierce competitor. If you join us for the first time, the man sitting next to me, it was a pleasure to play against, actually. I've got to be honest about that, gentlemen, and not afraid to let you know that you're in a game of football, which is how the game was. Of course, the evolution means that physicality is taken out now, but let me tell you, he could play. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Ball finds its way all the way back to Zulfaruz, who finds Bennett. What can Bennett do? Feeds it to the youngster Ryan, who gets it back, and that's not the best ball from Yasser on that occasion. Has forced Ryan all the way back in there. Didn't look too happy with that. Bennett. Kopidovic with the layoff to Bennett. Bennett helps it down the line. Taufik is in that wide position. Skips past one challenge. Trying to feed it into Kopidovic again, but couldn't find him. A little dive on the ball and a handball, and wanted the free kick, but not given. A little wiry smile there from Taufik. He's 25-year-old. There was contact, but he did play for it. He stepped over the ball to create that contact, and that's what people talk about now in the game. Drawing the foul, I think, is the correct term. The referee having none of it. Wayne Chu, again, coming a long, long way to comfortably take that one. And Bukaim. Outside of the foot looking for Geylang Noor, and he gets there. Can he deliver? Yes, he can to the far post, but it's a little bit heavy. Van Hoosen does well. Fires it in. That's better from Zulfaruz. After he let one go a little bit earlier on, that will help the confidence 100%.
Definitely, you know, because I think the first part of it, the crosses, he make a bit of fumble, but I think he took it very, very calm, and I think that's very good for him to get his confidence back.
Well taken from the keeper. Oops. And that is a mistake, and that has led to the first corner of the game. Is that going to be a turning point? Now, it's the youngster that's done it, Ryan Sanazal.
Yeah, I mean, again, as I said earlier, that this game, you know, the less mistake you do, the teams are going to win. So I think this is the first corner for Geylang. I think Van Houston always got a good kick, especially taking these all kind of set pieces.
Let's see what quality can be delivered here. Here it is. It's just a little error from the youngster. He's big enough to just dust himself down and forget about that one. Right, now it comes down to quality. Manuzen has the green and white shirts in the box, delivers to the near post, and Yasser Hanapi. Time and time again, we see corners taken and that first man hit, and it's criminal sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, this kind of thing that as a player, you know, I just can't take it, especially when you cross the ball, you can't even pass the first defense. So this is something that I think we need to work on that verily.
I think everybody does. I mean, you see it in the Premier League, you see it in the Bundesliga, you see it in Italy, you see it everywhere. And you've got 100 yards to kick the ball into.
Yeah.
You can't even kick it 10 foot in the air, you know, 50 yards. That's... Oh, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on off the ball there, and I'm happy it was Maguire and Bosniak. Did he just roll his ankle there? I think he might just have rolled his ankle. Did he just twist his knee? That doesn't look good. That's the hip. And yet again, it's Firdos that's gone down. Referee just having a, what was that, 3 minutes? Did we see him there? Just have a little indication, and if I can lip read correctly, that's maybe what we'll have on at the end of the first 45. Didn't look as though he landed too awkwardly there, Naz.
Yeah, I think he's a nudge from Taufik, and then maybe he landed wrongly.
Yeah, maybe jarred it.
Correct.
Of course, this is an AstroTurf pitch. It is a state-of-the-art AstroTurf down there. I'm sure you've been down there on many occasions, and it's not bad. Is the springs there, isn't it, and the supports there with the rubber.
Yeah, of course, you know. But to be honest, Paul, I prefer to be a natural grass than artificial.
I think.
Yep.
I think everybody does, but
correct.
Again, when you're in the tropics and in certain countries, it makes sense to have that surface down. And it is when we say the state of the art, it's the new generation of AstroTurf. It's not the old sort.
Yeah, yep, agree.
Be like playing on a piece of concrete. I remember playing at Preston,
yeah.
And it was like playing on a rock table. It was shocking. And going back to the mid-90s, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's evolved. It's changed. God, we really are showing our age tonight, aren't we, Naz?
Yeah.
We're back underway, though, and it is Tampines that will do so. Good tracking back in again from Van Hoesen. How's he been for you this season? In and out a bit, but looks a pretty solid player.
I mean, yeah, I mean, every time he come in, especially in the second half, he give a good delivery on the ball. But again, I think for him is he need to play more games, and he need to be focused and to be more consistent in his play.
Let's see if he can develop and add that to his game. Time and space. Ewan Shah. Tampines stroking it around. Trying to keep things simple. Nakamura gets back on the ball. A bit of time and space for Irfan. Gets it back. Nakamura. A massive hole there in the middle is Iman Hakim. If they could have found him, as it is, they've managed to find Bosniak. Just wants to chop it onto that right foot and get a delivery into the box. It's well played from the youngster Ryan Sanazal. Just sucking in the striker Maresh and creating that angle for Bennett to hit that diagonal. Amiracha back there, ensuring that he retains possession. Milhan does well, but then concedes possession, but the whistle's gone. A little bit late and a little bit of afters there from Iwan Shah. Moresh. Ryan Sanazal learning his trade very quickly, I would say.
Yeah, can.
Just going straight through the back of Moresh there, but doing it in the right area and not a dangerous area. No nonsense defending whatsoever there from Ryan Sanazal. Danny Kim involved. Maguire losing out. Danny Kim again looks for that big switch. Amirecha's the target. He wants Shah with a header. Lovely little ball there with the outside of the foot from Bosniak. Little give and go with Yasser Hanapi. Bosniak looking to go forwards. Checks back onto the right and went for that right-hand corner. But up to the task was Wayne Chu. A full stretch, pushing it behind for Tampanese's first corner. But a good counter-attack there from Tampanese.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good counter-attack, a quick move. Yasser made a good pass to, and you can see, I think, looking at it, I think Wayne basically covers his angle well because he knows that the ball will come from the side, right side, or left side of him.
Good strong wrists again, though. No chocolate wrist, making sure it's pushed well away to safety, which is always important from goalkeepers. Into the danger zone, free header, and it's a goal. Straight in the back of the net. And yeah, you can guess it, and you can guess it correct. It's Boris Kapotovic who gets yet another one. Will this man ever stop scoring? That is the question. Free header, straight in. No questions asked. It's goal number 14 for Boris.
Again, we discussed about this, Paul, the set pieces. Okay, the marking is have to be better than that. I mean, especially at the near post. So this is something that the teams need to focus on that.
Well, it was quite literally a free header. Kopitovic got himself in there and made absolutely no mistake. Right on the stroke of half-time as well. The perfect time for Tampines to score. Well, that is an absolute hammer blow to Geylang, who haven't been out of this at all. And they could get one back here. Great ball whipped into that near post area. It's all for us doing ever so well to attack that near post as the goalkeeper to ensure that there was no danger. However, the flag went up and it's going to be a free kick anyway. Well, as you've been down there as a coach, when you concede so late at half-time, how much does that change your half-time team talk?
I mean, again, as I said, it's very important in the game that the first 10 minutes of the game and the last 10 minutes of the game. So players need to be focused. When especially a team that is scoring in the last minute of the first half, basically you'll be disappointed, and that will basically motivate the other teams, to have more confidence on that.
The big question is what happens at half-time from Noor Ali? What will he say to his troops to get them going again? The question is, though, can Tampines hold on to a lead? That's going to be interesting to see in the second 45. Van Huizen trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Clip forwards, Bennett will get there. It skipped past Bennett, and that's great work, but hooked away clear from Ryan Sanazal. Again, Tampines not dealing with the ball and almost getting punished.
Yeah, again, as you said, the Tampines players need to be tighter, The less mistake they do, the better the team will be.
Abdul Qaim, I think it was his man that got away for the goal. Boris Kopitovic. Trying to shepherd that one out, Iman Hakim. I want the free kick, Geylang not given. Iman keeps it simple. Iman not phased under pressure, but does concede the ball as well. Amirecha tees it up nicely. Danny Kim. Good strong challenge right here at the death. 3 minutes we've got added on, and there's only 30 seconds left at the end of the first half. Ball in, free header, and it's dropped nicely. Couldn't get the connection. Ilhan Noor, who'd pushed on. It just trickles to Zulfaruz. What a chance that was. That was a real opportunity there and a bit of a melee.
Yeah, again, a very good delivery from Van Uysen. Again, as I said, the marking had to be tighter, but unfortunately, Geylang didn't make it count.
Does it hit the arm? Is this a penalty?
That's what they argue about this.
For. It does, but is the ball going wide? But it doesn't matter anyway, because that's the half-time whistle. So, thoroughly entertaining, it has to be said. Eastern Derby that has given us just the solitary goal right on the stroke of half-time. Boris Kopitovic making it 14 for the season, but most importantly, giving Tampines Rovers the lead. All to play for in the second 45 minutes at our Tampines Hub. But at half-time, it's Geylang International 0, Tampines Rovers 1. Hello and welcome back to our Tampines Hub. It is, of course,
Just creating both teams.
well, I mean, you've got to turn around and say the defences were shored up to an extent, but that hasn't stopped the opportunities coming. Boris managing to create that yard for himself and a good save from Wayne Chu in goal.
Yeah, I mean, again, I said back to our discussion that, the Geylang teams need to be more tighter at the back, especially in the middle part. You can see obviously this chance that marking need to be better and need to be more focused.
Well, Boris doing well again there, just creating that yard for himself, looking to cushion that header back across goal and get the better of Wayne Chu in goal. But it didn't stop Geylang because they've had opportunities as well. It is Kim that's been on the end of probably their best two chances. Emir Recha doing ever so well down the right-hand side yet again, but this time blazing that shot high and wide. Just needed a little bit of composure.
Correct. I mean, Emir did very well to create the chances for his teammate. He's working very hard. So I think the kind of creation that, they have a chance, they have to make it count. They have to be better than that.
What have you made of Christopher Van Uysen and the way that he's played? He went close on this occasion as well.
I mean, I'm a fan of Van Uysen. He has a very good delivery, good crossing. Every time I see him in the team, he's playing. You can expect as a forward, you're going to expect a good delivery from him. So I think if you're giving a chance for him to play more games, I think he can get better and better.
We highlighted Amin Bosniak just before the game as well, didn't we? And we said that he is a threat, and he went close on this occasion, dropping the shoulder, coming back onto that favoured right foot, but no finish.
Yeah, I mean, again, I said we talk about it. He's one of the dangerous players. You know, when he got an opportunity, this kind of situation, he need to make it count. That's what I think is missing on that.
No marking. Again, a set play. It's the first corner of the game for Tampines, and they make it count.
Again, we talk about it again and again and again. They need to be better, especially set pieces. I mean, looking at it, the near post, as I said, Geylang have a top players. I mean, again, this is one thing that we need to more focus on this position.
Ilan went close right at the end there. There's a shout for a handball. It looked like the ball was going wide, and again, with the new ruling, it's very difficult. As long as the arms are tucked in, they're by your side. That seems to be okay. And it did look as though Nakamura did just enough defensively to stop that strike going through on goal.
Yeah, okay. Look at it again. The players, a good delivery from Van Houston. As I said, Ilan was in right position for him to score. But again, as I said, they need to be better, especially in the finishing part.
3 shots on target for Tampines from the 5 that they have had. But it's the only stat at the top that counts, 0-1. So it's Tampines' to lose. What do you think is going through the mind of the Geylang players to concede that late on? And Noeli now, is he forced to make changes to come and chase the game?
I think important thing, they have to forget about the first half. Okay, whatever happened, especially to get to let a goal in the last minutes of the game is very, very disappointing. But again, as I said, you have to focus. Important thing now is for him to get the goal, the equalizer. That's very important. Okay, from there on, they can focus on getting the win. So you have to be gradually and make it count. As a striker, as a forward, they need to make it count.
Quickly, yes or no, can Tampines hang on?
I mean, again, as I said, it's very tight. For Tampines, he need to hang on and to win the 3 points.
Okay, well, we'll find out in a few moments' time. We're going to head for a short break, but the Eastern Derby is coming right back at you from our Tampines hub. But at the moment, at half-time, it's Geylang 0, Tampines 1. A very warm welcome back to our Tampines Hub, where Geylang are taking on Tampines Rovers, and it is Tampines that are leading by 1-0. But that's not all we've got coming for you. Have a little look out for the fixtures that are coming a little bit later this week. Lion City Sailors take on Hougang United. That is a top of the table clash, and the Lion City Sailors will want to go back to the top of the table, even if it's only for a short time, like they did last week. That's on the 27th. On the 28th, it's a double header. Geylang International taking on the Young Lions. Can the Young Lions claw themselves off the bottom of the table? If the result stays like this for Geylang, that could possibly happen, because they will not have the confidence going into that one. Albrechts Nigala will want to get the job done against Balestier Khalsa, who were buoyed from that victory 5-2 over Tampines last time out, but Albrechts have ambitions for the top of the table. Tampines Rovers, it depends on what happens here. They take on Tanjong Pagar on Sunday, the 29th. Can their season be fully turned around, Tanjong Pagar United? All will be revealed. Nolan Shah, of course, in charge of Tanjong Pagar, and you know that they'll be there fighting to the bitter end. So not an easy game for Tampines, but 3 points here will stop that losing streak. 9 on the bounce for Gavin Lee, and that is something that they will want to get off their back very, very quickly. Two sides looking to make their way out onto the field of play. Can't see any changes as of yet. It doesn't look as though there's any boards going up as the officials fist pump them. There is Bayaki, left out of the starting lineup today. Naz, surprisingly, or does he rotate?
I think
him and Dan Bennett?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that you can see Gavin try to rotate these two centre back, giving a chance for the younger players to come in. That's very good. So, and I saw the earlier part of I can see right Bayaki giving advice to Ryan, as a centre back what he should do. So it's a good gesture. It's a good move for Bayaki to give a kind of advice to him.
So 0 changes so far for both sides. It does look as though Hadith just coming out at the end, along with Firdos going to join their team. Firdos getting a couple of knocks in that first 45 minutes, and I just wonder if he's still feeling a little bit ginger, which is why he's taking his time going over to the team huddle. See everybody waiting. It's almost like waiting for your teammate with the training pitch, isn't it? And he's late, and you give them a bit of stick, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Come on, get over here. Let's go. We've got to train. Well, let's see if there's a response. Will there be a response? Naz, let me ask you that question from Geylang. This second 45 minutes.
You can see, important thing, the first 15 minutes, you can see how much they desire to win this game, or much to win to get the equalizer. So that is very important. That's the rest of it, for Tampines, they need to be focused on that, and then, of course, they need to close the game to get the second goal.
Well, it will be Tampines that will get us underway, and that looks quite an attacking kickoff, if I'm being honest. They've only got 3 black shirts back, so they are looking to go forwards, and there's that long shot coming in from Nakamura. Well, he almost caught out Wayne Chu. That would have been something spectacular in the opening couple of seconds of the second half. Wow. Didn't expect that and didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. I think he aware that Wayne Chu is out of the line, so that's the reason why he took a shot for that.
Well, you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the raffle. And that's exactly what Nakamura tried to do. Oh, that would have been the most bizarre start to the second half I think that we'll have seen all season long. As it is, it didn't go in. Wayne Chu doing just enough to stave off that. They'll just try and take their time a little bit. All the way back to the keeper yet again. So for us, looking to switch play. Shah with the comfortable header. And he's just a little bit niggly at the moment, as you would expect right at the start of the second 45 minutes. There it is again. He's not a million miles away, is he?
I think, yep, I can see that Nakamura sees that he's out of position. That's the reason why he took the long shot.
Would that be considered the halfway line, 3 yards in?
I mean, you can see Gyoga been last season, he been scoring a lot of spectacle goals. But so I'm sure that he want to do that to this season.
Well, that could have set the tone for this second 45 that showed that the Stags want to really push back this Geylang international side. Both sides desperate for points. They've only won 4 games all season, Geylang. Kopitovic just holding off the challenge and doing well to retain possession. Needs support though. And finally wins the free kick for a little bit too much tugging. Geylang not happy. I think he got a little clip round the ear as well there, so a pair of them having a go. Keep an eye on that one. Taken quickly though. And Shah just playing it back wide. Bosniak creates the yard, delivers, not cleared. A chance here for Taufik on the right foot, just wide. Well worked and well played, but again, Geylang showing that when they go to sleep, they really do go to sleep.
I mean, you can see again and again, they need to be focused, especially in the 6-yard box area. You know, they have to stay tight in that area and then make sure that they don't get give them an opportunity for them to create chances.
That was a real golden opportunity. Great little bit of footwork there, and I'm going to say, had it just dived in a little bit too much, but he is asked, or being asked to do a job today, is the 21-year-old, the youngster, to just slot in there in that left-back position. Normally plays a little bit higher up the pitch. Here's Kopitovic, wants the free kick, not given. In the end, it is given. I think Yunus just going through the back there of Boris Kopitovic. Forwards again, Kopitovic on the turn. Just wants to hold off the challenge, and it's gone all the way out wide now. Bosniak gets to the byline. Did he overrun it? Yes, the linesman's flag went straight up. Geylang look to get on with things quickly, so the tempo is in this second half. That's a lovely little touch there as well from Maguire to create the yard of space. Fires it out wide. Amirecha tucks it up the line. Maresh has the green shirts in the middle, but good defending from Bennett in the end, who just did enough and got enough on that. Nakamura, game really starting to open up now. Give it away, that was sloppy play from Bosniak. Nakamura with a no-look pass, and Sanizal gets the ball down and looks to play. That's well one back there from Van Hoosen, who tries his luck from range, but not going to catch out Sulferos from that sort of range.
I think it's good pricing from Van Hoosen, and he saw this opportunity for him to take a shot. So I think it's a good try for him to do that.
Sulferos puts his foot right through it. Yasser Hanapi is going to get there. That's a missed header there from Afik Yunus. Danny Kim trying to mop things up, and now Geylang get the ball back under control. Just the one arm with the shove there from Iman Hakim. 19-year-old not showing any mercy as we're going to have a change here. His dinner was left out of the starting lineup today. Will be coming on. It's Firdos. Maybe that injury and that knock just playing its part a little bit more. It still looks as though he's holding that hip. So the 30-year-old, former Tampines player as well, 39 caps, being brought into the starting lineup. I can remember when he was a kid playing his din. He's showing my age as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was a key player during the line 12, you know, and he was in the national team. So I think because of his injury, so he's a bit off for last 2 seasons. Yeah.
Here's a chance. Maresh does well, gets in behind. Maresh! Everybody backed off him. So Faisal just stood still on his goal line, and then the angle slightly against Maresh, but that's a gilt-edged opportunity for an equaliser from Geylang.
Yeah, it's a good move. It's a good speed. You know, Morris is trying to beat Daniel Bennett, and I think credit has to be to the keeper. I think he really did very well to cover the near post.
Did just enough, didn't he? Oh, Bennett left, wanting. Maresh just couldn't find that finishing touch. That's a chance. It'll go down as a good chance as well. Was the contact? That's the thing. Referee's reached for the pocket. It's going to be a yellow card. That'll be interesting to see this replay. It really will. There's the turn. Oh, I tell you. Is that a cheap one? I think he's just gone to ground. He's ran into his shoulder. He's not touched him there. He's ran into his shoulder. That's what it is.
I mean,
there's no arm swung.
Correct. There's the reaction of defender when they're running back. You know, facing their own goal. Basically, it's also just normal things that you swing your arm. But I mean, it's a quite a close call for a referee to do that.
Let's just be clear. There was no elbow. There was no hand in the face. There was no swing of the arm. It was just a coming together. He can feel very lucky that he got the free kick, but it's a dangerous, dangerous position. Wayne Chu setting up his wall. He only wants 2 from there. Nakamura standing over this. We've already seen him hit one from 55 yards. Yassir is there as well. Will it be set up or will they go for goal? Nakamura dinks it into that far post area and it's just too high and just too long. Maybe would have thought that's there with just a 2-man wall. Wayne Chu was standing well over. Right footer around the 2 men to try and have a go with a little bit of power, a little bit of
Yeah, I think that situation so is good for opportunity for you to take the free kick direct to the keeper. I think looking at it with 2 wall defend, looking at Wayne is out of position. I think it's good for you can look. You think should be a shot at the goal.
And it wasn't, so it's all no danger. But they're playing themselves into trouble again here. But they're doing enough to get themselves out of trouble, which is the most important part. Long range shot as well, just going over. The angle was there. Just the finish wasn't, and yet again, Geylang creating chances, but just that final touch.
Yeah, I think that's the missing from Geylang team. You know, I think it's good ball control by Emi, and you know, it just unfortunately he couldn't get to the target.
He has. You talked about it before the game about his opportunity and chance of possibly forcing a way back into the national team. He hasn't been in the national squad since that Japanese tour back in 2016. And there's a real opportunity this year for him to stake a claim for himself.
Yeah, I mean, he was called up last 2 years just to join the training, but not exactly with the full team. But I think this is a very good opportunity for him to come back and, you know, shows what he has.
Well, let's see, Maresh, brilliant play. Here he is again, Amirecha, causing a real nuisance of himself. And he's just couldn't get that delivery in, and again it's that final ball that's letting down Geylang International.
Correct. It's a final ball that they are looking at it. Again, I say America is doing a lot of work and he's playing so well. You know, in making that runs in the space, you know, creating himself a space for himself. I think he should be better doing that.
Amirecha again causing all sorts of issues, and the man who's normally so reliable about putting a bit of quality into the box, getting that one so wrong. That's well worked back from Maguire again. Challenge from behind. as play continues. Nakamura does well with the quick feet. And in the end, the ball gets played out as Iman Hakim finds himself on the floor. Sportingly, Geylang give the ball back. Players know when there's a serious injury, don't they, Naz? I mean, even in our day, you'd know when someone got properly injured, and they, you know, rather than play acting and diving in simulation.
Yeah, definitely. You know, numbers of years of playing football, definitely you know who's genuine and who's cheating.
Chance here for Bosniak. Nice little ball played back inside. Challenge comes in, corner awarded. Came it was with the final touch. Just having a little laugh there and just telling him to get up. He went sharp. Of course, the experience, tumbling to the ground, wanted a free kick. Don't think he was ever going to get that. So they conceded from the last corner they had against them. Kenya Sahanapi put the same quality in. Fired in, it's dangerous as well. Headed away though by, I think, Yunus. Loose one picked up by Amirecha. Now, can they stretch this Tampines side? A couple of little step overs, waits for support, wants the handball, given. Taken quickly. Oh, come on, referee, let's the game get going.
Yeah.
Just about 1 yard away from where it should have been.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that kind of things, you know, to call and to restart back is really uncalled for.
Chance here for Manusen to get the ball in, and that he does. Lovely little touch and great control there. And Kim! Oh, you beauty! Danny Kim in the right place at the right time. Draws things all square with an absolute pile driver from 20 yards out, and that is a very, very well worked goal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see when you start getting himself at the space, and for Morris holding the play, waiting for support, and it was just in time for Kim to get to his better position. And look at it. The temporary players should be better tracking the players back. And it's a beauty.
Oh, he's hit that like a bullet, hasn't he? Van Hoosen pulling it back. It's a lovely bit of skill as well from Maresh to have that touch and hold off the challenge, and then puts it on a plate and says, well, you had to go in the first half, Danny. Hit the target this time, son. And that's exactly what he does. Gives the keeper, Zul Ferrell's, absolutely no chance whatsoever, and we're all square. And on the balance of play, I think we'd probably say deserved.
Of course, looking at it, you know.
Chance here though, Kopitovic! Oh. Sorry, Naz, but straight from the kickoff, Geylang almost shoot themselves in the foot because they go to sleep. Kopitovic has to score there. It's a free header at the far post, and he's headed it wide.
Again, Geylang had to be better on this, on marking, especially crosses and balls behind the defense. So, you know, I think should be better. The cross should be stopped. So, of course, should make it count, especially in this kind of situation.
That's the best bit of defending we've seen for a while, because Ryan Sanizal didn't want to take the chance, cleared his lines so that Tampines can get the defenders back and get their shape. Nothing fancy, nothing clever. Sometimes defending is simple, and that's exactly what the youngster did there. Here we go, we've had a change. That's how much has been going on. It's Irfan who's gone off, and Madhu has come back on, so good to see him back after injury. Chance here though. Moresh again on the turn. Moresh drills it into the back there of Iman. There's a little flick out wide. Is that a corner? No, it's a goal kick.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a goal for Geylang International.
Well, that was some strike, it's fair to say. So Madam Mahana comes on. The 30-year-old will add that little bit of quality and has the experience, having played up in Malaysia as well. Like for like swap, really. Madhu can go and just slot in there in the full-back position. Here's Isdin. I can remember talking to Ideal Shannon about Isdin a few years ago when he was the Home United coach, and he was telling me about how important it was pulling the strings in the middle of the park after he moved there for a little spell.
Yeah, I mean, Isdin, I know him when he was playing for Lion Trough, and one of the players that I think is looking at doing string for the team.
There we go, a little bit nervous. Zulfarouz just puts his foot straight through that. Not the most cleanest header from Ilhan Noor, I think it's fair to say, and taken quickly down the line for Boris Kopitovic. He slows it down a bit. Nakamura flicks it forwards. Iwan Shah pulls it back. Boris! Good save. Well, Wayne Chu has been called into action on a couple of occasions tonight, and he's been up to the task. But Boris Kopitovic, well, couldn't really have done much more there. It's the keeper that's done the work.
I think Wayne did very well to stop the shot. You know, you can see that there's opportunity for Kopi to make count. But I think Wayne, again, as I said, was there to stop the goal.
Big, important save then from the youngster in goal. Chance here now for Yasser Hanapi to deliver some quality into the box. It's half decent, but it's headed clear. They've got a little spring in their step as well, have Geylang. But that touch was just a little bit too heavy there from Hadid. Well, there's your shots on target, and they have substantially increased this second 45 as both sides look to go for it. Wozniak cuts back in onto that favoured right, great ball in, Kopitovic couldn't get there. And nicely done yet again from Maguire, who's looking to pull everything in midfield together. That's a great turn as well from Maresh. Lovely ball played through from Amirecha, but just a little bit too heavy. Launch clear from Zulfarouz. Well, we said the game was opening up a little bit, as it really is fully opened up now, as that's a lovely ball. Van Hussein pulls it back to the edge of the box. Amirecha! 2-2 for Amirecha, who makes no mistake. The 29-year-old fires that one into the top corner. And that is a cool, calm finish. And he is turning round saying, I want my national team spot. That is a fantastic strike.
It's a good counter attack. You can see that Barry Roy again creates space, good passes to him to the flank, and when he make an early cross, good delivery. And again, I said, make America. He deserves to call out for the national team. What a finish.
That's a wonderful, wonderful finish. It really is. He's drilled that in like there's no tomorrow. But again, let's just give a little quiet word for Van Hoosen. He set the first one up, but he probably won't get the assist for that because it was passed on. And that one he put on a plate for Amirecha on that occasion. And there you go. In the space of 6 minutes, we're seeing Tampines capitulate again. They cannot hold on to a lead.
I mean, again, as I said, the defense need to be tighter at the back, especially counter attack from Geylang.
Well, that is poor. You have to turn around and say that. It's poor, poor defending. And again, they have this habit since coming back from the Champions League of conceding goals in quick succession within a couple of minutes of each other. They look like they're in control, Tampines, then all of a sudden, bang, bang, the other side have got the better of them. Can we see a response now from the Stags? That's helped on. Will Geylang see this one through? Be a big win for whichever coach takes the points. Lovely ball played over the top there from Yasser. Needs support, does Taufik. Taufik having to do it all on his own. Good footwork, good trickery. And Isdin clumsy. And that's why it's going to be a free kick. We got a game on our hands, Naz.
Yeah, you can see that the games are open up very well now. I think it's open. It can be any teams can win this game.
And the referee getting his magic spray out, just to pop that on the line. You like that one, don't you, Naz? There it is. It's the magic spray. There, it tells you that you're 10 yards away. Quality again now needed from this Tampines side. Yasser has the big guns forwards. Will the delivery be there? Geylang need to stand strong. Yasser fires it in. It's a great ball. Madhu! Straight into the hands of Wayne Chu. No real power on that. He's moving backwards now. It's very difficult to get power on a ball like that.
Yeah, it's very difficult, you know, to get the powers to cross the goalkeeper. But I think again, Geylang have to be tighter, especially in the set pieces.
Tell you what, that was very, very clever from Maguire. Barry Maguire there waited for the challenge to come, and he's flicked it off the leg to win the throw-in, just to calm things down. That's
experience. This is talk about experience.
Yeah. And what are Geylang doing now? They're working the line, just trying to slow that tempo down a little bit and not allow Tampines to get any rhythm.
Yep, definitely. You can see that now Geylang is playing times, you know, I think as much as they can, you know, so that Tampines won't get into the game.
Now Don Muresh. Now that's a foul. Madhu taking absolutely no prisoners there. Actually made his international debut back on the 10th of October 2013. Yes, there you go. Madhu against Lau.
Yeah, he was. That's the last time that he was called up, and then he was called up the last season. I mean, the last call up for national team. He was there back.
The second goal by Geylang International FC was by player number 7, AIA.
Yeah, well, there you go. Just in case you didn't hear us calling the goal, the announcer has just let you know that it's Amy Richard that has absolutely smashed that one into the back of the net. The fourth official working incredibly hard down there in the front of the Geylang bench. Madhu goes into the book. Maybe for something he said, maybe not for the challenge. We're not sure. We'll get confirmation of that very shortly. But let's see. We know this man can deliver. Van Huizen. It's flat, but it's high. When we say flat, it's pinged in, not floated in. Referee has blown the whistle, and that's going to be time for the drinks break. That means I can have a break. Naz, and you can tell us how Geylang are going to see this one through, or you're going to tell me how Tampines are going to get back into this game.
I think for me, I think Tampines have to get back to the game as soon as possible, especially this break. You know, Geylang need to be focused and defend. Okay, it will be tighter after the lead. Okay, I mean, again, the way the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I can see that Geylang is playing very well. Okay.
So let's just have a little look back at the goals. This was the first one. That was the first ball in from Van Huizen. That's why I said he won't get the assist there. He gets a pre-assist. That was the ball that was pulled back. Maresh just nicely rolled it into the edge of the box and bang. And literally, they say lightning doesn't strike twice, but it does, because that is almost an identical goal, and that will not please Gavin Lee.
Correct. I look at it, I think both goals, the goalkeeper not even move at all. So that's how I tell you that the goal is beautiful and so perfect.
One to the right, one to the left, but it's the fullback position that was exposed because Van Huizen had got himself in there. I think Maresh has done ever so well for that first goal, and the strike there from Amirecha for the second goal was absolutely top draw. So, and 19 minutes for Tampines to get back into this. Kopatovic adjudged to have fouled. I want to ask you something. that I mentioned the other day, as when I was on with Roshan. Winning is a habit. Losing is a habit. This would be the 10th game in a row Tampines would lose. How do you snap that? It is a habit because players, once they concede that goal, you can see them physically drain.
I mean, again, I experienced it last season with YL. We losing and losing. So it's all about getting the belief. The team need to believe themselves. You know, need to go to the field and think that they can do something and get a result. So for Tampines, I think they have to gather together as a team to focus on what they are good at before, and then hopefully one game at a time they will get the result.
Just shut everything else out. I mean, it's great to get your view on that because that happened to you, as you mentioned, last year, and you managed to turn things around and started getting the results because obviously the belief came back. So it does take time though, doesn't it?
Of course, it takes time.
Yeah. That's why we have Nazan here for that insightful knowledge. It's absolutely true and spot on. And when you're in and around it day in, day out, you do understand and know what's going on. Right, Tampines need to up it a little bit here. Geylang, well, can they stand strong? That is the big question. Defensively, they've been caught wanting. That's a poor challenge. Taufik just leaving the foot in there slightly. No real ticking off. It's good as well to see the young referees being given opportunities and chances as well now, isn't it? As we've seen that quite a bit this season.
Yeah, I can see that it could be decent young referees are giving opportunity. I think it's about time for them to step up, you know.
He's actually officiated extremely well today as Geylang and his team. I think that they've called this game and they've got the decisions right when they've needed to get them right.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to praise the officials when they do the correct job, and they've got it spot on so far.
Yeah, especially this kind of game, you know, he keep his calm and he did very well.
Don't make a rash decision. You can take a breath. Yasir doesn't win the free kick. Maguire battles away to retain possession. That's exactly what he does. And it just launches that one. And you can see Noeli just on the bench there, turning around saying, don't panic, just calm down. That's exactly what's needed here, calm heads from Geylang. This clock will go very, very quickly for Tampines, and it'll go very, very slowly for Geylang. Just a 1-0 result would see them go back above Balestier in the table. It would mean that they'll go on to 16 points. They'd be level on points with Tanjung Pagar, but 1 goal difference less. Tanjung Pagar, of course, same as the Young Lions, have conceded 40 goals this season. Balestier and Geylang have conceded 39. Obviously, it's 40 now from that goal that they conceded earlier. Isdin strong in the challenge and comes away with it. That's better. Keeps possession. Milan Noor trying to come inside. We're going to see another change as well. It is Taufik that's going off. It's Tan, if I'm not mistaken, who's coming on.
Substitution for Tampines Rovers.
Yep, Mark Tan being given the reins. It's a lovely little ball back inside. A lovely give and go and a real chance here. The pullback's perfect, as is the finish. You cannot get better than that. Magnificent give and go from Maguire. He didn't stand still when he fired it in. And Geylang are on the march. 3-1. Here it is, that lovely give and go. But how about that for a little layoff? Couldn't quite see who it was who'd laid that one off. Amiricha, I think it was, with the layoff. There you go.
Yeah,
National team
Amiricha
caller.
got a good the layoff for Barry. I think you can look at it. Winston was there at the right time and the right place. I think he's deserved to get a goal. He deserved to get a goal.
Now the pressure's on. When it's 2-1, yeah, you know what's coming, but 3-1, Tampines just have to go all out. Can Geylang hold strong? That's the big question. Tampines, we've said this the last couple of games. Said it after the Sailors game. Where do they go from here? We said it after the Balestier game. Where do they go from here? Will we be saying it after this game? Where do they go from here?
Yeah, I mean, you can see the last 3 games. I mean, the goals was more than 2 or 3 goals. No, they need to get back as soon as possible in the game.
It's not good reading. 5 against Balestier they conceded, 4 against the Sailors, Chiang Rai 3, 8 against Gamba, 4 against Jeonbuk. Though this is moving backwards in the games, the goals they've conceded. The only time they've only conceded a solitary goal was on match day 2 of the Champions League, when that was a 1-0 defeat against Chiang Rai. They only lost 2-0 to Gamba the game before that. They conceded 3 against Hougang in the league towards the middle of May, the end of May. They've got to stop the rot somehow. Can they do it here? Can they do the unthinkable? Madhu in behind, delivers quality. Well, that was strong, solid defending. Abdul Kaim had to get in front of his man there. Just wonder there if Maguire has pulled up slightly. He's just been asked to drop back into that back line, so we may see a 5-man defence as there's just over 11 minutes to go here at Tampines Hub. Fantastic setting that it is. Yassir will deliver. Drilled in and it's deep, and it's a simple header and off the line. Well, that was a real opportunity and a real chance.
Again, we were talking about the marking again.
Well, sometimes as a defender, you've got to be in the right place at the right time. And Van Huizen, I think it was, that was back on the line. What a chance that was, but if he's not creating at one end or scoring, he's back there defending. Again, let's see another quality delivery in. Can they provide it? Fired in, dangerous. This time there's a proper challenge coming in. It's going to roll out of play. Gets the cross in, straight into the hands of Wayne Chu, who will just take his time as much as he can. Well, it was an opportunity there. It really, really was an opportunity. Dan Bennett pulling the trigger, but just hitting the post. When it's not your day and it's not your time, it really isn't. Madhu fires it in. Yassir with a layoff, concedes possession. The ball launched up the field of play, easily picked off in the middle of the park now. Nakamura. Kopitovic, Yassir. Time and space here. Another good save from Wayne Chu. Iman Hakim had far too much time there. Bosniak pulls it back. Yassir skipping, jinking, skipping. Just couldn't make it happen. And now the opportunity, that long ball forwards. Well, he didn't want to take the chance there, did he? Zulfaruz just got something on it to play it away from goal. They are going to have to defend stoutly here, Geylang. Tampines looking to throw everything forwards. Nakamura fires it in deep. Mark Tan, lovely touch from him, wanted the handball, not given. As it is, it's going to be a throw-in. There's that ball through from Nakamura. Lovely ball from Yassir as well. Abdul Kaim didn't close the ball down, and shot going goal bound. Chu pulling off another save. Here's the chance on the counter-attack. That's well played. And Sanizal doing well. Nakamura switches to Madu. Everyone except Moresh back behind the ball for Geylang. Time and space here for Mark Tan, fires it in. Abdul Kaim just couldn't get the proper clearance on it, but does clear it out of play. Bennett fires one in, and it's deep and long, and want to take the chance there, Ilan Noor. Nice little touch there from Danny Kim. Launch forwards, and again I can see Matt Riley down in front of us just telling his players to just relax and calm down a little bit. Can't keep inviting pressure. Do need an outlet at some stage. 7 minutes to go. Geylang 3, Tampines 1. Tampines scoring right on the stroke of half-time at the end of the first 45. Geylang with a great response, but there could be a response here! Yet again, Wayne Chu stands up big and strong, and Bosniak couldn't beat him.
I think I can say that Wayne Chu is one of the key players in this game, and he did very well to stop all the attack from Tampines. If you look at it, these two players that are looking at to be the man on the match, the Wayne Chu and also Van Houston.
They played extremely well. You can be sure about that one. Spot of cramp. Big wily smile as well from Maguire. Actually represented Ireland at the under-16 level before going and playing under 18, 19 and 20 for Holland. 3 seasons at Utrecht and 2 at VVV Venlo, as it's known. So has a proper pedigree, does the 31-year-old.
I think since you get to Geylang teams, I can see that he's different class. You know, I think he have got all the abilities. I think I look at it the first time I saw him, is just it's a very, very good player.
It's not bad, to be fair. Ilhan Noor is going to come off. I think that's player number 15, not player number 13 that we just heard. Faisal it is that's going to come on. Corner taken short. No one's closed. Yassir scoops it in. Free header, rattled the woodwork. Well, Ryan got there first, but they couldn't find the back of the net. Is it just one of those days?
Yes, football. You know, when you have hit post twice, I think it's always a bad sign.
Chance here. They don't clear the lines. Yassir! Pulls the shot wide. Another opportunity wasted. They've hit the post, they've hit the crossbar. There you go, Ryan with that header. Sometimes it's not your day, is it?
Yeah.
One of those things. I'll remind you about something afterwards when it's not your day. I think it only happened once.
Yeah.
There's Ilam walking round, so he has been changed for Faisal. So just trying to shore things up at the back now, and 26-year-old who's on loan from the Lion City Sailors will just slot in there. Fresh legs in there as well. That's importantly needed right at the end. Wayne Chu launching that one clear. Madu with a header forwards. Kapitovic lays it off to Yassir. Yassir fires it out wide into Bosniak. There's Faisal fronting him up. Bosniak creates the yard, and that's why Faisal's been brought on at the death here. The fresh legs, which will help out. Johan Shah, Bosniak. Johan. Yassir with a flick. Kapitovic! Oh, close attendance there was Afid Yunus, and it's another corner. Pressure starting to mount. And a yellow card being shown to, has that been shown to Maguire? Was it Maguire? A little bit of back chat, shall we say? There you go. Confirmation, it is Maguire that goes into the book. Yasser Hanapi to deliver, fires it in deep. Bennett the target, and Wayne Chu will comfortably take that one. He'll launch it as far as he can down the field of play. 2 minutes left of normal time plus stoppage time. Geylang getting ready to make another change in a minute. Fallis is getting ready to come on by the looks of things. They'll have to wait for a few minutes though. Oh, it's cleared straight, and Kopitovic is involved along with Rosniak. Rosniak just couldn't get that shot away on goal. Madhu, can he get it wide? Yes, he can. Mark Tan opens himself up and can't keep it in play. And now we'll have the change that will probably take us through to almost 90 minutes. Yep. It is going to be Van Hoosen who comes off. Great performance from him tonight.
Substitution from Geylang International FC.
This is a good performance. I think Winston played very well. Okay, he assists 2 and he finished off. He deserved to be, for me, he deserved to be one of the men of the match for tonight's game.
Yeah, him and the youngster in goal, Wayne Chu, wouldn't question that at all, what you're saying. It took 30 seconds to make that change, so that will be added on at the end of the 90. We're hearing that there will be 4 minutes of time added on right at the death. Is that going to be too much for Tampines to claw back? Nakamura fires it through. Good solid header though from Afik Yunus. Yasser looking to keep possession again. Iwan Shah. Kopitovic dives to the ground. Now that should be a yellow card for diving. Well, he certainly made a meal of that one. That's not good. Not good. No one near him, and he should have been warned for that. We don't like to see that in the game, do we?
Yeah, of course.
So confirmation, 4 minutes will be added on at the end here. Here's Yasser. Scoops it forwards, and again, comfortable from Afik. Keeping possession, Faris plays it wide, and the long ball up the line wasn't kept in play. A little bit too much to ask there on that occasion. Lovely turn on that occasion from Bosniak. Has time and space, fires it out wide. Mark Tan has a yard. Had it there to put the block in, and it's a big hug there from his teammate Danny Kim. Well worked. Had to shuffle all the way across there and did ever so well. That's a foul. Nakamura just clipping him from behind. Danami Rechi that was all the way back there defending. Yes, it was. The one who's worked incredibly hard. It's been a proper solid performance from Geylang today, hasn't it, Naz?
Yeah, especially the back line. It looks solid at the back. You know, Afik and Abdul did very well. Okay, Irfan Ilhan did well before he came off, and Arif working very hard. So I can see the overall performance from Geylang is excellent.
Here we go. Amirecha getting on the end of it as well. Has 2 green shirts to aim for. Goes to the far post. It's a great ball, but a solid defending from Iwan Shah. Just keeps it away from Faris. Farid's just looking to keep that in the corner. Little nudge in the back there from Ryan Sanazal. Again, it's the youngster that will learn as time goes on. He doesn't look too bad if you give him a little bit of time and work with him. I think you can mould him into something.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the players that we are looking at for the under-22. Okay, I think he's did very well with Tampines after he got from injuries. For me, I think he's one of the futures for Singapore football.
Well, there are some good youngsters coming through. Maguire doing well. It's been a lot more zip and a lot more pizzazz, as it were, from Geylang this second 45 minutes. I'm going to say it's a deserved victory overall. They're not going to score 2 goals in a minute. They probably deserve these 3 points, don't they, on the balance
I
of
think,
play?
look at it, Geylang deserve it to get the 3 points, definitely.
Just tried to launch that one forwards. Didn't have it, Yunus, but they'll take as humanly long as possible to try and take this throw in. It should see us right to the end of the game. Madhu will look to launch this one in. That's exactly what he does. The referee has just checked his watch. Just been talking to the 4th official and his officials on the field of play as well. Martin doing well to create that yard. Again, he wants to put the whistle in his mouth, the referee, but wants this attack to finish. Yuan Shah going on the outside. Bosniak goes for goal, and it's probably a lot closer than you would have thought. But that is the full feats in a row for the Stags. But take nothing away from Noor Ali and his side with a spirited 90-minute performance against the Tampines side. That season is crumbling. Handshakes all round, but keep an eye on that boy there. Great work from Wayne Chu. A real top solid performance from him, as it was from Van Hussein, as well as Amirecha and of course Maresh. Don't forget Maguire, who started in the middle of the park. They kept it a lot tighter than they have been doing a little bit lately. That's why all the hugs and everything is around. It's a big 3 points for Geylang that takes them up in the table to 6th place. They leapfrog Balestier with that 3 points as all the handshakes go round. It's finished at Tampines Hub. 3-1 in favour of Geylang United. So a real solid performance in the end there from Geylang, and a thoroughly deserved 3 points and a victory for them.
Of course, okay. I think maybe Manu Ali did good team talk, because especially when Tampines scores in the last minute of the first half. So I did very well. The last 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes was a bit messy, but after that they came very well and they came very strong, and you can see that they deserve to win this game.
What's going wrong with Tampines? Why, when they take the lead, or why can't they win a game?
I look at it at the moment. Tampines look, the teams are lethargic or tired. Okay, maybe the games when they're away about this for the Champions League, but I can see that the teams are not organized, not organized very well, or not in shape. The players are not in very good shape. So I think they need to come and back and believe themselves and be stronger in the next match.
Well, it was a game that gave us an entertaining 90 minutes. It started in about the 44.5 minute when it was this, the opening goal of the season, or the opening goal of the season, opening goal of the game. And it was, of course, Kupitovic, no marking from a set play.
Yeah, again, as I said, we talk about it. Again, the set pieces need to be better for Geylang. But they did very well, especially in the second half. the defense took very well, stayed strong. Yep.
How different would that have been had that gone into the... It didn't stop Tampines coming forwards because guys went close again. But again, that youngster in goal.
Yep.
We've mentioned him, Wayne Chu,
Okay.
had a standout performance.
Yes, again, I mean, you can see the last game when the game against Hougang was a bit nervous, but today is just different players.
Here we go. Is Amir Reja getting on the score sheet for the second game in a row? Down that left-hand flank, causing problems, pulling it back, and it's a great strike, isn't it?
Yep, of course. Okay, Vincent always, when the players there, and of course, credit to give to Amin Reka, make it count, and he did very well to take a shot.
Well, Christopher Van der Seen then stepped up and turned around and got himself in the right place.
He's deserved it. He's the man of the match for tonight.
Yeah, it was a real top solid performance from him, and again, possibly another one, just asking a question or two of the national team coach. But we've said it, haven't we? When it's not your night, it's not your night. That header coming back across there and headed off the line by the goal scorer.
Again,
Well, not only did they do that, about a minute later they did this, where Bennett hit the post. And it just doesn't happen for them.
That's football, really, when you get a post twice, things are not going on your way.
Well, I mean, they did have another opportunity and another chance, but again, we talked about Wayne Chu as this ball was threaded through. Iman going close on this occasion. You can see everybody backing off him, but the keeper's done well today, hasn't he?
He stood very well. He just covered the angle, and I think he did very superbly.
Right at the end as well. The post, the 12th man for them today, was called into action because it hit the crossbar.
Yeah.
Again, Ryan going close. He beat his man in the air, but when it's not your day, it's not your day.
Yep. That's football.
Well, that's what happens sometimes. You can have the opportunities, you can have the chances, but if you don't put the ball in the back of the net, you're not going to win. So 12 shots to 21 shots. That is a massive overhaul from both sides in the second 45 minutes. 50% of the shots in favour of Geylang, and again about 50% for Tampines. But as I always say, it doesn't matter about those stats at the bottom. The numbers that count are the ones at the top that say Geylang 3, Tampines 1. Well, we say Tampines 1, Tampines lose yet again. That's 3 on the bounce since they've come back from the Asian Champions League. Let's catch up with Gavin Lee down at pitchside and hear his thoughts on the game.
Gavin, another tough night for you. Just talk us through exactly how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, obviously we aren't feeling too good right now, but we already recognize our position, and it is a climb upwards for us, and it takes a lot of effort, and we must be able to suppress the negativity in that sense and try to think next game.
Now, it's not to say that you haven't had your chances because you pushed them, especially in that last 10. Do you feel hard done by that result at all?
Oh, it's simple in football. If you don't score, you don't win games. So we've got to do better next game again.
And just how frustrating is it for you? Because you go in search of building on a momentum, but things just aren't going your way right now.
Yeah, it's obviously tough to restart, but we're not going to hide behind it. We're just going to keep fighting until the season is over.
Is this any cause of concern at all for you?
Yeah, every losing game is a concern, but again, our brain state is the most important now, and we've got 6 more games to play.
Gavin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think the big question that needs to be asked there, Naz, is he really under pressure? He looks like a man who's under massive, massive pressure.
Yeah, I mean, if you are not winning games for almost 9 games, or you didn't win, definitely some pressure for any coach, So
but that's 10 losses in a row.
10 losses, yep, I think definitely be a pressure for any coach. So he need to get back as soon as possible to get the players believe in the team, to work together as a team. And like when you mentioned that last 6 games, they need to get themselves, carry themselves up and get the win first, then they go from there.
What do they need to do on the pitch, though, to turn this season around? Do they need to shore things up at the back? During the commentary, we mentioned about possibly going with a 3 and having your wing-backs drop a little bit deeper and just killing that space to stop conceding goals. If you don't concede goals, you don't lose games.
Yeah, definitely. I look at it, as I mentioned earlier, that, to play 3 at the backs would be better for the players. Okay, I mean, they need to have a fresh leg, to go forward. Okay, and I said, you know, they create every game, they create a lot of chances, but they have to make it count. And of course, putting threes at the black would be more safer than four, because when you can see that when you play for the back, the wing back and the right back and the left back intend to go forward. So that's always be dangerous for counter attack.
So what now then for Geylang? Because it looks as though they've turned the corner. I mean, it was a solid performance from them tonight. The goals that they scored were good goals, weren't they? They've
Yep.
created, but they managed to keep it tight. We highlighted the disappointments in defence
Correct.
of the defence earlier in the season. Yet all of a sudden today, it seemed to click to an extent.
Yeah, of course. I feel that, you know, the second half especially, Geylang was keeping very well at the back, very strong at the back, very solid at the back. So they need to continue doing that. And again, as I said, maybe because of the reshuffle of the players around, so I think it's important thing for us to, you know, to continue doing the winning. I think it's very important for the next game for them playing games well.
Well, it really, really is, and he's going to be a very, very happy man. And I hope he's listening to us, Nur Ali, because he's pitch side, and it'd be great to get his thoughts on that 90 minutes, particularly and especially the second 45.
I think I just can't say anything, man. The boys were superb throughout the game. You know, I think the best game that we ever played throughout the season. You know, in terms of controlling the game, possession. I mean, quality finishes, 3 quality finishes in the second half. You know, I could not have asked anything more, man. I think I'm very happy with the performance tonight. Yeah.
Now, we know you had a rather inexperienced backline today, but just how proud are you of the shift that they've put in, and Wayne in goal as well? Because we know how big of a threat Tampines can be going forward.
Oh, I think they were superb, man. I mean, for Ilhan to start on the right back, for a 19-year-old boy to play against Armin, who is one of the top assists in the league, and he does a wonderful job to keep Armin quiet. And Wayne, I mean, he's done fantastic tonight, man. I've got nothing to say, you know. I mean, he was superb throughout the game, and I think that's one thing that, you know, having these young players, giving them an opportunity to play, you can see how they cope in the game with the pressure, especially playing a good team against Tampines. And I think these 2 boys were fantastic, and I think the senior players were fantastic. They were guiding the young boys throughout the game. They were guiding the young boys throughout the game.
We know how much that meant to you. We could have seen how much that meant to you and the fans here. But we have to ask, were you concerned at all having conceded right before the half?
I mean, of course, man. I mean, but I went into the dressing room and I told the boys, I mean, we were the much better team in the first 45 minutes, you know, and that was the only hit at goal and they scored, you know. And I think I told the boys, just go out there, play the same football you want to play, don't change anything, you know. A few things that we corrected. I mean, I'm happy to see the 3 goals, something that we work on and it happens, and I mean, I think that's fantastic. Yep.
Nur Ali, thank you so much. Massive congratulations.
You're welcome.
Well, he looks like a young lad that's just woke up on Christmas morning and he's found all these presents that have been delivered from Santa. Overjoyed, overzealous, but deserved today, Nas.
Definitely. He deserved to win. He deserved to get the 3 points. I'm sure Noali will be pressure also. I mean, they didn't win for the last 2-3 matches, you know. So it's definitely a pressure for him. I think to get a result for tonight is a big for him. And then I think for him to jump to at least not in the bottom 2, so definitely he's happy for the show by the players.
I'm happy you mentioned that because we can have a little look at the league table and we will tell you and show you that they have moved up a place above Balestier Khalsa. It is the Young Lions that are still at the bottom, but those 3 points could be vital come the end of the season, particularly if the Young Lions can continue their turnaround. Balestier will be up against it a little bit now. As for Tampines, they now have Geylang on their tails. It's quite as simple as that. But those extra goals today and the more goals scored has jumped them up another spot, not just to 6th, to 5th, Nas. Coming up a little bit later on this week then, the Lion City Sailors, can they go back to the top of the table as they take on Hougang, who want to be there? So it's a big, big game in prospect there. Geylang are back in action in just a couple of days' time against the Young Lions, who are resolved. Albrechts Nagata will want to go and smash their way back to the top of the table if the Lion City Sailors do their job like they can. But Balestier Khalsa, don't forget, defeated Tampines by 5-2. They could be very, very dangerous, particularly with Zuzul up top getting his hat-trick. Tampines and Tanjong Pagar finally take it out the week. Naz, have you enjoyed yourself? I've enjoyed it. It's been great to see you.
I think I'm glad. I mean, it's nice to see, and the game was superb, and I enjoyed the game.
I think it's time for us to head off and go and get a coffee. We hope that you go and enjoy it yourselves as well. We hope you've enjoyed the Singapore Premier League, but it's Geylang that are soaring high.